This is grim. Libyan officials are warning right now the death toll from flooding in Derna could hit 20,000. Entire city blocks have been swept away last weekend when heavy rain from a Mediterranean storm caused two dams to collapse. Libyan health officials tell the Associated Press at least 5,500 people are confirmed dead and 9,000 people are still missing right now. CBS News senior foreign correspondent Charlie D'Agata joins us from London to discuss the latest on this. Charlie, those are just unfathomable numbers. And I understand the UN's Weather and Climate Agency says this level of loss could have been avoided. That's not typically what we hear from them at times like this. Explain what they're talking about.
Yeah, Errol, it adds to the tragedy of the tremendous loss of life you referred to, even as they're still collecting the bodies and counting the dead. So what happened, as you said, Storm Daniel swept into Libya. It not only caused local flooding up in the hills and landslides, but the storm surge caused those two dams to fail. Now, that sent this wall of water through this heavily populated area, including Derna. And as you said, whole neighborhoods were swept into the sea. You've seen some of those pictures where they've literally ceased to exist. So now the head of the UN's weather agency said, a better functioning state system could have issued warnings. Emergency teams could have been there to help evacuate a number of people. So a great number of those human casualties could have been avoided. But the fact is the country is virtually split in half, run by two governments that are occasionally at war with one another. I was in Benghazi after extremists stormed the consulate more than a decade ago, and it hasn't changed much since.
And it's such a stark comparison as Hurricane Lee inches towards parts of the U.S. We're getting warnings days, maybe even a week ahead of time. Folks there, it seems, didn't have any warning. And now there's this utter mess and loss of life. So what are the challenges now for rescue workers, I wonder, who are trying to help those who made it through?
Yeah, as you said, it's not like they didn't see it coming. It had already caused widespread destruction when it swept through Greece and Turkey. It just didn't look as if the Libyans had a game plan to evacuate or warn the residents. So it's a place that's hard to get to. As I said, I've been there, and it's hard to get through once emergency teams are there. Many of the roads have been destroyed. As you can see, the mud is impassable. The main priority now, search and rescue, but again, it's what could have been done in the first few hours and days that would have saved lives. As many as 2,000 bodies may be still at sea, according to the Red Crescent, sort of the Red Cross there. The World Health Organization has put in some money in emergency funding. Neighboring countries like Egypt are taking part in recovery and disaster operations. And now, the focus is on survivors because thousands of homes have been lost. Hundreds of thousands of people have been displaced. Some of them are in desperate need of, the basics, clean water, food, and medicine. The UN has called for heightened concern that people will become, their words, severely ill or will die if immediate and adequate aid is not sent to those affected areas.
Such a serious situation for so many, and the fractured government and the lack of infrastructure just doesn't bode well, but we'll certainly keep watching this. Charlie D'Agata joining us from London. Thank you.
Thanks, Earl.